What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another deck profile here on TCG University for the card game UniVersus. My name's Tam, and today I'm going to be going over Tyler's Zoey 2-Dot Banned deck profile. Yes, we're talking about Zoey 2 today because we just did a campus championship called Banned Brawlers where we played the 8 banned characters from inside of Standard currently. Just a little fun that we thought we'd have right before we reset the bracket. Yes, Zoey 3-Dot does exist inside of the game. She did get a new character printing, but we wanted to pay homage to the reason this character got banned in the first place. So let's jump into the deck profile. All right, so Zoey 2-Dot, the very banned Zoey 2. So for anybody out there who has not seen one of my deck profiles, as opposed to just reading the card offs verbatim, what I'm going to be doing is giving you kind of an elevator pitch, high-level breakdown of what the deck wants to do, and then some interactions inside of the deck that are important. So first off, what's the elevator pitch for Zoey? So Zoey can be played one of two major ways. Obviously, you can play her however you want to, but the way that I see that playing her is either we get to take and play one attack for the rest of the game, as long as I have one ranged attack for the rest of the game. Form commit, add one attack from my card pool to my staging area face down, so build a foundation by committing her, and then pick up a ranged attack. That ranged attack didn't have to do damage. That ranged attack didn't have to be blocked. It could have been full blocked. As long as it's face up and it has the ranged keyword, I get to pick it back up. Or you use Zoey and she turns 2 attacks into 3 attacks, and you just kind of like go and kill them just as quickly as we can. And being able to pivot from one strategy to the other is how I feel the deck should be played, but I mean there are some people who disagree with me. So let's just jump into the profile that we have here. So first and foremost, the attack that we want to play every single turn for the rest of the forever is 3 Ice Dragon Seiryu. This card is hilariously ranged and punch, and it has stun 3. And so being able to commit and freeze 3 cards every single turn with Zoey, give it an extra 2 speed to guarantee that it hits, is just strong enough to work. I'll throw an attack, whatever attack, play my Ice Dragon on the 6. If I commit one, who cares? I'll commit Zoey, build this one down, pick this one up, and then I'll just do it again next turn. And just kind of lock my opponent out of playing the game. And so I don't think Zoey is unbelievably broken as Zoey 2-Dot right now until you start getting crazy cards like this that I get to play over and over and over again. Then she might be an issue. Up next, the next card that we want to play over and over again is 4 Cowboy Battery. This card is just ranged multiple 1. It's got that nice 3 high in order to pair with the Ice Dragon. Stuffs my opponent's card pool. Really, at one point, this is the best attack in the game. It might be a little lackluster now, but that's okay. I'm sure we can find something just as good. And at the same time, I mean, 2 3 high for 6s inside of a character that just picks this back up. This could be Cowboy Battery, play the multiple, form, add the multiple down, pick back up the Cowboy Battery, play it again, play the multiple. There's plenty of stuff that we can do with this card inside of Zoey, as long as I have the momentum to do so. Up next, probably the coolest card inside of this deck, a really fun find, is Spirit Slash. It just has the stat that says after this card leaves your card pool during the combat phase, add the top card of my deck to my staging area face down. So as Zoey, let's say that I Spirit Slash into the Cowboy Battery, I take and form commit Zoey. Spirit Slash will build. Its static will happen, so it will build another card off the top of my deck, and then I'll lift back up my Cowboy Battery. Hey, look, I built 2. Now my Cowboy Battery is safe to play. I can't fail it, unless I check that 2, obviously. Up next, probably something that should probably be more than just the 2 of, but Spirit Sword Thrust. This is another card that I just want to play over and over and over again. This card says just pick up a bunch of face down cards and give it +X up to 3. So +3/+3, and I get to pick up 3 face downs. Now, normally picking up face downs means that I'm going to be building more foundations, but my name is Zoey 2-Dot, and so those face down foundations were actually attacks from the last 2 turns. It doesn't feel bad building down Ice Dragon Seiryu if I'm just going to be able to pick them up and play them again. And so this card is either just build more foundations that I have flipped or have been flipped, or I'm just going to pick up more attacks. Oh, I'll pick up the Spirit Slash as a 0 high block. That seems pretty all right. A lot of utility with this card. The second half of the attack lineup is a little interesting because it goes with the classic Zoey approach of just like little fast baby attacks, turning 2 baby attacks into 3 baby attacks. 3 baby attacks might kill somebody. We're playing triple focus charge. It says my next range attack gets 3 speed and +1 to his powerful rating. We're not playing any powerful cards, that's fine, but just giving Ice Dragon 3 more speed is pretty good. And then once I'm done with it as Zoey, I'll just build it back down. This card's also super safe to play on turn 1. So as Zoey, I'll go first. I'll play my focus charge. I'll play another focus charge as Zoey. I'll commit and build one down. I'll play another focus charge. This is 9 damage, and you're not going to be blocking the last ones. Really strong aggressive plays if we can find the right combo. Same thing here with Liu Kang's Fireball. Stuff my opponent's card pool, stack my deck to make sure that I get the check well, build it back down because of Zoey, it being a 3 damage range attack with a 1 low block and breaker 1. Yeah, we had a 0 low block. We have a 0 high block inside of Focus Slash. Like there's some good defense in here as well. And then my last attack is Absinthe Arrow, excuse me. Gauge 3, doesn't matter. Combos with a range, very much matters, and is a 3 damage attack. It says combo enhance, remove the top 2 cards of my opponent's discard pile. This attack, it gains 1 enhance ability printed on the removed card. So I just get to pick something that matters on my opponent's stuff. Maybe it's a downward spiral, and I'm just going to get a bunch of extra damage. It really depends on how the luck of the draw goes. The main point of this card is just it combos with ranged. All of my cards in here are ranged, and it is 3 damage. Onto the actions and assets and foundations, the real support, the meat and potatoes of the deck. I kind of just pushing these into a bunch of different categories. As opposed to just explaining what they do, reading the cards off. And so the first card that we're going to talk about is Bang. It's really easy in Zoey to just play a bunch of cards, especially 3 damage attacks, and eventually they're going to stop blocking stuff because I'm playing more attacks than they have blocks. And so Bang can either push in for that extra 3 damage whenever they don't have the correct block zone, or I'm playing too many attacks, like having 6 life and then you toss in an Absinthe Arrow for the 4th time on a turn seems pretty okay. And then just sealing a card, probably their character, is enough to either stop an aggressive turn or, if you are playing against a defensive character, get to kill them outright. Up next, we're playing Triple Prepare to Fight. I want to be able to just turn off a singular attack on a really easy block, or breaker 1, or stuff a card into the card pool. Maybe there's an attack that I've built face down accidentally, or I didn't mean to off of Zoey. I maybe a little poor planning. This can shove it back into my card pool, put it back in my discard pile, and now it's back in rotation inside of my deck. On to the assets. We're playing 2 of them. So we're playing 1 Krita Yuga. As I mentioned before, we're playing a bunch of 3 damage attacks. And so this card does 2 things. Number 1, it lets me be more aggressive by readying up my foundations that I've been playing in order to give my 3 damage attacks 3 more damage, doubling them, turning them into from essentially 1 attack into 2 attacks. And so now Zoey turns 2 attacks into 3 attacks, and then Krita turns 3 attacks into 4 attacks. Really good. And then enhance twice per turn, my attack gets +2 to its stun rating. Now, what card could we possibly have that I want to increase my stun rating by? Oh, that's right, Ice Dragon Siryu, that thing that I want to play every turn. And so I will Ice Dragon, increases stun by 5, commit 5 of my opponent's cards, and then continue to play the game. And then my last asset is actually Spiritual Shooting Ring. This card's insane in this deck. Just enhance, commit, flip. Your opponent adds a top card of their deck to their card pool. That's fine. Enhance, remove, double this attack's range damage. Every single one of my cards are ranged. This says that I can turn my little baby attacks into big monstrous things, so either hitting off a Krita Yuga, or, turning an Ice Dragon into something massive, turning the Spirit Sword Thrust into something that's massive. Give it +3/+3, and give it another +8. It seems okay. On to the foundations. The first foundations we're going to be talking about are the How Do I Kill You foundations. And the first one of the biggest offenders of killing you accidentally is just God of Thunder. Enhanced Destroy Ready foundation is so potent, not just on offense, but on defense. And then it itself just says commit for +2 damage. All of our little baby attacks just become an extra attack. We're playing Triple Reading the World of Outsiders. This card is half of God of Thunder. It just says commit. My next attack gets +2/+2, and then flip. This one gets 1/1. It's just 3 stats or 6 numbers on a card, but it might just be enough, especially with me my character wanting to play 2 cards. Hey, you can't block this first one because you know the second one's coming because of how ridding works. So you're not allowed to waste your block. Oh, is it actually just too fast now? Well, now you didn't block either of them. It's quite the It's quite the gamble. Up next, we're playing Triple Dreaming of Becoming Whole. This card turns all of your momentum into just more cards. This card equates to just I have more foundations. Every one of my momentums, a thing that I've hit you with before, becomes better. I will say it's a little tough with Zoey because of the fact that she doesn't let you build as much momentum as you would normally have. So we stacked up more on these so that we can see them a little quicker, so that the momentum matters more. Up next, we're playing I Have a Sword. Response commit. After your attack deals damage, add one face down foundation from your staging area to your hand. Oh, hey, did I build an attack face down? Did the second one hit you? Well, I'll play it again and then play it again. This card turns 2 attacks into 4 attacks. Up next, the foundations that we're talking about are our defensive, or the please don't kill me foundations. We're playing triple toughest punk in junior high. One of Zoey's big issues in whenever we're playing a deck is I just want to play so many attacks. I just want to play attacks, and sometimes it means that I might be left in a position where I can't block, or I've committed out too many things. So leaving up toughest punks say that if I half block the one time, maybe I can take no damage, or if I don't block, I can just reduce the damage I would take. This card gets around a lot of things that say my damage can't be reduced, because it doesn't reduce the number on the card, it reduces the imaginary number I would be taking. We're playing Triple Formidable Task. This card is just a good block card. It's just a good 2 mid block, or a good 3 mid block. Besides that, it doesn't do a whole lot in our deck. We're playing Double Wearlight. This card just turns off the enhanced step of a singular attack. You make them choose an enhance that they can't play, either because it's committed or they haven't meet the cost, like Desperation or Deadlock, and then they skip, you skip, we go straight to blocks. And so maybe they had a bunch more stuff. They were going to make this attack lethal. Wearlight says that it's no longer. We're playing into some Disruption. Triple Manifestation. First off, it's a good 6 check in my aggressive deck, and some of my main attack cards are 5 difficulties, and so accidentally checking this on the second turn, my accounting says that I was going to be committing 1 card in order to play this, but Manifestation says that I get to cheat the budget a little bit. In addition to that, it says that I'm not allowed to be committed, or I can't be stunned out because my opponent is also going to be committed, probably on their turn. Playing Triple Agents and Wise, this card says that if one of my things would be destroyed, I just get to cancel it, flip and cancel. It's good enough just to be played in here by itself. I need to keep my foundations in order to keep playing the game and push through and be as aggressive as possible. And if you're just able to blow up my whole staging area, this is going to be an issue. And so Agents and Wise cancels destruction. Up next, we're playing Double Uniting the Cosmos. I asked Tyler, hey Tyler, why do you have this card in here? And he goes, quote, I needed a mid block. And so I'm positive we could find a better card than Uniting the Cosmos. But man, if we do get to a response remove after you check this card to play a block, your check is successful and the attack deals 0 damage. It's so hype. It is the hypest thing you can do in UniVersus at the current time. Just randomly pulling this off the top. Man, what chaos this unfolds. Up next is the technical cards, and we get to get into a little bit of a deeper explanation. The first one is Honky Tonk Woman. I think this card is one of the most underrated cards in the entire game. I love this card. Our game, every time that we play a card, we take the top card of our deck and put it in our discard pile, and those are resources that I'm never going to get back. And so there are plenty of cards inside of our deck, plenty of foundations, especially in the I want to kill you pile, that are just good enough by themselves. And so enhance flip, take the top card of my deck and put it into my staging area. The best target that we can grab with this is just God of Thunder, because now I'll flip over my Honky Tonk Woman, grab my God of Thunder, and now I can destroy a committed foundation and ready back up my God of Thunder. Or these two cards just combo so unbelievably strong together that it's a little scary how much people are leaving on the cutting room floor when they include God of Thunder, but don't include Honky Tonk Woman. Good job, Tyler, for including this card. Up next, we're playing Emergency Rations. Discard is a thing. There is plenty of decks in the game that can just discard your whole hand, and this card just says mitigate that by 2, as well as there's plenty of cards like Telekinetic Mastery that might be able to stop something. I don't think Telekinetic Mastery does anything to this deck proper, but there might be something along the same lines that just has a multiple reusable effect, and Emergency Rations just shuts that off. If we were playing with sideboards in these tournaments, this probably would be increased as well. Playing one space land, discard the top 2 cards, gain extra damage. There's no reason not to. And then my last one is Sun's Love. Everybody wants to be a 7-hander, including Zoey with 26 health, though. Just first form, I'll draw an extra card. Possibly draw an additional card if you want a momentum. Oh, for sure. I'll draw an additional one. I'd love to be an 8-hander. An 8-hander Zoey with 26 health who gets to form and pick up an additional attack and build a foundation. You don't want to mess with. All right, and so that was Tyler's Zoey 2 band Brawlers band deck profile. Whew, that was a lot to say. If you like the deck, make sure that you let us know by leaving a like, subscribing to the channel, giving a comment down below. Did you like the deck? Did you not like the deck? Did you like the engine that the deck was played? We know that you can't play Zoey 2 currently in a competitive format, but you can certainly play Kitchen Table UFS, or the entire rest of the deck is all legal. Let us know what you think about the main deck as well. If you want to talk more strats on whether the engine of the deck or Zoey 2 and how much you love her and you miss her, make sure you go out to patreon.com/TCGUniversity, sub at the $1 level out there, and jump on our Discord. We'll talk about Zoey or the engine all day long. And lastly, if you want to catch the tournaments live, go out to twitch.tv/TCGUniversity. Every Tuesday at 6 o'clock, we're going to be having a campus championship out there. Yeah, jump in the chat, talk about us, watch the hype plays as they unfurl. So, from all of us here at TCG University, thank you very much for watching and stay learned.